Hello, and welcome to a new episode of our program Norton from Home. My name is Sylvie Glickstein, and I will be presenting a Docent spotlight on a delightful small oval painting by the 18th century French painter François Boucher, an artist who symbolized the taste of the century. The title of this work, An Allegory of Marriage or Innocence Crowned, gives away the theme of the painting. It tells a story about marriage in an allegorical form. The painter included several symbols within the work, giving the viewer clues on what is happening. So let's take a close look. We see two groups of characters arranged in a pyramidal form in an outdoor setting. In the top third of the painting are two floating figures. The one in the center is Hymen, Greek god of marriage ceremonies. How do we know that? Because he is represented with all his traditional attributes. As a member of the Erotes, a group of gods associated with love, he has wings. A wreath of flowers crowns his head, and he's holding the bridal torch, which is lit by Cupid's flame. Hymen is laying a floral wreath on the head of a young woman at the center of the painting, indicating that to the viewer that she is the important character in the story, the bride, clad in a traditional white gown. She is gesturing towards her right, where stands a short column. This is the altar of love, covered with carved cherubs and garlands, and on top of the altar of love, the bride has laid a garland of roses, symbol of her purity, in a symbolic sacrifice of her virginity. She personifies innocence crowned. Resting on her left side is a young woman holding close to her heart a dog, symbol of loyalty, indicating to the viewer that she is the incarnation of fidelity. How about the barefoot figure on the right? Who is she? Boucher painted another clue, the helmet on the ground next to her. In Roman mythology, the helmet is the emblem of Minerva, goddess of wisdom. As such, Minerva may be giving good advice to the bride. Perhaps that passion must not overwhelm her reason. We do not know the history of this painting. It may have been commissioned to commemorate a marriage. And instead of a portrait of the couple, Boucher, using his imagination, raised the prestige of the work by creating an allegory, a category that ranked considerably higher than portraiture in the hierarchy of genre. Painted by Boucher late in his life at age 59, this painting is a wonderful example of the Rococo style, in favor during the first half of the 18th century in all aspects of the life of the wealthy. Architecture, decoration, furniture, theater, music, fashion, and all forms of art. In painting, Rococo was characterized by a graceful and playful style of curving forms and soft pastel colors, depicting elegant outdoor parties, scenes of courtship, and daily activities, often set against mythological backdrops. Look in this painting at how the foreground is pushed forward, leaving little room for the background, obscured by masses of grayish clouds, and pulling us inside the work, at the heart of the action. The light is graceful, delicate, and decorative, with small areas of highlights. Look at the curves, arabesques, swirling clouds, and billowing gowns that give this painting a feeling of exuberance. Only the altar of love makes a solid, immobile mass, where the viewer's eyes can rest, attracting the attention to where, ultimately, the purpose of the story rests. François Boucher was born in 1703 in Paris, the son of a minor painter. The time of his birth coincides with many changes in French society. The absolute monarchy of Louis XIV was close to its end, and a growing number of aristocrats were fleeing the daily rigid rules and schedules of the royal ceremonials of Versailles for Paris, where new exciting cultural and social developments were taking place. Among them, the emergence of what were called salons, small rooms in private residences for small gatherings, replacing the court culture with the salon culture. This is the context in which young François Boucher developed his interest in art. And part of his genius was his ability to capture these changes and use them for his own benefit. He brilliantly identified his potential clients, the new urban aristocrats and wealthy bourgeois, who were looking for a more playful kind of art, paintings smaller in size, like our painting, representing lighter subject matters to decorate their rococo salon, boudoir, and other intimate rooms. A very prolific artist, François Boucher enjoyed extreme success for most of his life, having among his most faithful patrons the King, Louis XV, and his powerful mistress, Madame de Pompadour. And in 1765, 3 years after he painted this work, he attained the pinnacle of his career when he was appointed first painter to the king. However, by mid-century, new thoughts and moral concerns were expressed in opposition to the Parisian materialism. Critics and philosophers of the Enlightenment, such as Denis Diderot and Jean-Jacques Rousseau, were advocating for a return to more grandeur, to the painter's civic duty to depict majestic, noble events. François Boucher's work fell out of favor for more than a century. Boucher died in 1770 at a time when new progressive political theories for more equality and freedom were gaining ground, and the excesses of court society were drawing increased scrutiny. And 19 years after Boucher's death, on July 14, 1789, angry Parisians invaded the infamous Bastille prison, starting the beginning of the demise of the French monarchy. Thank you for watching this Docent Spotlight, and come enjoy in real life the Norton's many treasures.